Now at 10, a court sentences a former Oklahoma teacher for sex crimes against students. Plus, details on a major animal rescue in southwest Missouri where dozens of animals were rescued from a former breeder's facility. And floods wreak havoc on parts of Arkansas.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A judge sentences a former Miami, Oklahoma teacher and coach for sex crimes involving students. This is our late edition of KOAM News. I'm Dow Quick. The DA's office says Kenyon Cole pleaded guilty to sexual battery and 3 counts of soliciting sexual conduct or communication with a minor by use of technology. He gets 90 days in the county jail, a 10-year suspended sentence, and 10 years probation. Cole will also have to register as a sex offender. Miami police say Cole had previously been forced to resign from Sand Springs High School. That was in 2022. According to court documents, authorities investigated Cole for similar behavior during his time at that school. However, Cole applied to Miami Public Schools with a reference letter from the Sand Springs principal stating he would hire him again. Following Cole's arrest, Miami Public Schools released a statement regarding his employment with the district. It says, quote, "It's important to note that this individual came to our district with solid references from their previous school district in Oklahoma. Thorough background checks were done and all laws followed in the hiring process." You can find much more on this story on our website. You see it there, KOAMnewsnow.com. We're learning today about a high-speed chase from southwest Missouri into Oklahoma that ended with the arrest of a fugitive. The suspect is William Wernemont of Kansas, Oklahoma, a convicted felon with outstanding warrants for felony assault on law enforcement and other crimes. Authorities in McDonald County, Missouri say as they tried to make a traffic stop, Wernemont drove off. They say he drove more than 110 miles per hour on I-49, then exited going the wrong way on an on-ramp. Officers from various agencies joined a manhunt in Delaware County, Oklahoma, where they finally arrested the suspect. At last report, Wernemont was in the Delaware County Jail. Charges are being submitted to the McDonald County Prosecuting Attorney's Office for the violations that occurred in Missouri. Authorities released details of an animal rescue operation in rural Missouri. The joint rescue operation between law officers in Cedar County and the Humane Society of Missouri's Animal Cruelty Task Force saw the recovery of 51 animals. Those were 42 dogs, 2 adult cats, 7 kittens. After securing a search warrant, the Animal Rescue Task Force arrived at the property for initial emergency care before the animals were then moved to a holding facility. A formerly licensed breeder doing business as Winter Nights operated the facility. An April 22nd court date has been scheduled now to determine animal ownership. You can find more details about this story on our website, again, KOAMnewsnow.com. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney with a first look at the weather.
Well, temperatures are dropping down again near freezing. We're getting down to about 32, 33 degrees overnight. We do have clear skies, but a frost warning and winds are out of the west-northwest. Now, we also have that frost advisory out for Oklahoma and Arkansas and a freeze warning for our counties out in Missouri and Kansas counties on the Missouri border. That is until Tuesday morning. Now, Tuesday high for the day is warming up way nicer because we have this nice little ridge that's setting up, moving over our area. That's going to take effect tomorrow and into Wednesday. We're going to see temperatures getting into the upper 60s on Tuesday and then mid 70s on Wednesday. Now we do have a front that's moving through Wednesday night and it's going to drop temperatures on Thursday, but I'll have the more details coming up.
All right, we'll catch you in a few. The severe weather earlier in the South Midwest is being blamed for killing at least 20 people. Search and rescue teams have been going door to door in badly flooded areas. Parts of Arkansas and Kentucky got up to 16 inches of rain in the past few days. Dave Malkoff is in northeastern Arkansas, where he saw firsthand how evacuation by boat was the only option for many people.
This is Nebraska Task Force 1 on duty 8 hours away from home in flooded northern Arkansas.
Basically everything besides from these trees, none of that water is supposed to be there.
As part of a FEMA team, their job is to help local officials.
The levee we want to check on is right through here.
Brady Papik made sure the levee was holding.
I guess so. Maybe there's a house, it looks like, right here.
Then the sheriff's department was concerned about this house. It was clear. This team rolls out with special equipment and training anywhere in the country at a moment's notice.
It mirrors our profession as firefighters. That's what we do. This is just at a big national level.
The extensive flooding spread into nearby states. This house floated down the Kentucky River. In Frankfort, Kentucky, the water level surpassed 48 feet overnight, challenging the record set in 1978. The rushing waters inundated homes and businesses. The owner of one basement repair service is now the one in need.
I never thought in a million years I'd be the one needing saving.
Over the weekend, severe winds and tornadoes struck other parts of the southeast, like this twister in northern Mississippi that blew through Blue Springs, battering farms and tearing off the roofs of homes while toppling multiple trees. The powerful storm also prompted tornado warnings in northern Tennessee.
There's just been so many tornadoes lately that it's just scary of the devastation, so many different places.
Flooding continues to be a concern in northwestern Arkansas. Experts say the Black River itself is expected to rise in the coming days, possibly cresting on Wednesday. But floodwaters could remain an issue for the rest of the week. From spa stations to health exams, McDonald County Schools Wellness Day helps staff recharge and refocus. That's coming up. And teachers in Girard dive into the Library of Congress to help bring history to life. Gas Buddies says some gasoline prices in the area have increased over the past week. According to AAA, the statewide average in Missouri is $2.91 per gallon. In Kansas, it's $2.88. In Oklahoma, it's $2.78. Those are all close to some of the lowest prices in our area counties. April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month. In Missouri, the hands-free law requires that Missourians not use cell phones while driving. AAA says over the past 2 years, the law has reduced crashes by more than 5% and prevented more than 660 injuries. However, it's not just a problem in Missouri. We spoke with law enforcement in Independence, Kansas. They say it's always important for drivers to always be aware of their surroundings, no matter where they are.
I've worked accidents as well where somebody's been driving down the road and they reach over to turn the volume up on the radio station and take their eyes off the road for just a split second, and somebody has pulled out in front of them at an intersection, or somebody's crossed that center line, and then they have to make maneuvers or to try to miss that person and stuff, and they end up hurting themselves or somebody else. And so it just takes a split second to get to that point.
Missouri was the 28th state to introduce the complete hands-free legislation. Law enforcement in Kansas enforced a no texting and driving ban. McDonald County Schools is putting employee wellness front and center with a special Wellness Day event. This was today at the high school in Anderson. From health screenings to self-care activities like spa stations, art, healthy snacks, staff are getting the chance to recharge and refocus. The district partnered with Freeman and Mercy Health Systems to offer free screenings, including blood pressure checks and skin cancer exams.
We allowed our counselors and nurses to kind of use their expertise and their years of knowledge to see what they thought would be helpful, and then we allowed our certified staff members to vote from 1 to 5 on what they would want most or least.
Leaders say it's all about showing appreciation and supporting teachers and staff, both personally and professionally. There's no age limit for creativity, it seems. That's the idea behind the Art is Ageless exhibit at a senior living facility in Parsons, Kansas. It's competition done all across the country in Presbyterian manners, just like the one in Parsons, intended for people age 65 and older. Program organizers hope to showcase that your age doesn't stop you from being an artist.
You always want to keep on producing. Maybe not for yourself, but for maybe your grandkids. Although they've got an whole gallery of my work already.
It's beautiful, beautiful work. This exhibit's going to be open to the public through Wednesday. You can check it out from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day. Library of Congress education specialists visited Girard to show educators how they can access digitized collections from the National Library to enhance their teaching curriculums. The professional learning program is called Teaching with Primary Sources, and its goal is to work with rural communities and explore the use of primary sources from the National Library's collections. The Library of Congress specialists hope that teachers in attendance would take what they learned about primary sources and bring it back to their classrooms as research and teaching tools.
This is awesome because it gives me the opportunity to try things that I wouldn't have thought of doing a week ago. And so it kind of opens up my door to try different things and try new things.
Tomorrow there's going to be another session that's open to the public. The Library of Congress will have future events in other cities. The next city they're going to is Hutchinson, Kansas. That's going to be on April 10th. A little later, good music and good times bring families out to Pittsburgh High School to celebrate Week of the Young Child.
And we have one more cold day before a big warm up this week. I'm going to have those details right after this. Well, we've got one more cold day. Temperatures near freezing tonight. Let's go ahead and take a look outside Indigo Sky Casino and Resort out in Seneca, Missouri. Now we do have clear skies. So overall it is a nice night, although temperatures are dropping down to about 32 degrees. No different from what we saw this morning. We got down to about 30 degrees this morning, which is well below average. But our high for the day got up to the mid 60s, which is where we should be about this time of year. Now, because temperatures are going to be so cold tonight, we've got a freeze warning out for our Missouri counties and Kansas counties along the Missouri border. And then we also have a frost advisory out for Oklahoma and Arkansas counties. And that's going to be until tomorrow morning. And then temperatures will consistently be warmer even in the morning. Now, we have clear skies, maybe a few clouds overall tomorrow, but it is going to be mostly sunny. Winds do start to pick up, but temperatures are also warming up into the mid to upper 60s. So we've got another nice day tomorrow. Winds are going to be gusting out of the southwest, bringing in some drier air, 15 to 20 mile per hour wind gusts. And then later on in the evening, about 10:30, you can see winds picking up to 45 mile per hour wind gusts. Overnight and into Wednesday morning, we'll see winds gusting up to 50 to even pushing up to 55 miles per hour out of the west, southwest before our front starts to make its way through our area late Wednesday afternoon. You can start to see those winds shifting by about 8 p.m. on Wednesday out of the north. Now, we're not expecting many chances of rain along that boundary. Cold front moves through late Wednesday afternoon into early evening, but by 3 a.m. on Thursday, we could see a couple of lingering showers that hit our northeast counties, but really not expecting a lot of accumulation with that. By Friday, we're back into this ridge setup, and we're going back into this warming trend Friday and Saturday and into Sunday. Now, Sunday night, we've got a low pressure system, not quite made it in by Saturday yet, but low pressure system that's going to be diving into our area Sunday night and into early Monday morning. That's our next chance of rain. Now, going back to our Wednesday chance of rains, we've got those showers early Thursday morning. Again, very light isolated showers, but temperatures are dropping about 5 to 10 degrees, upper 60s, low 70s on Thursday. The same thing on Friday. We're going to be in the mid to upper 60s. So it's going to be a little bit cooler to start our weekend off. But by Saturday, we're back into the mid to upper 70s, and then even on Sunday, hitting 80 degrees. Now, winds pick back up ahead of our front that's coming through Sunday night, and we'll see another drop in temperatures Monday and Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, but our next significant chance of rain isn't going to be until Tuesday night, and scattered shower chances continue Wednesday and Thursday. We might see some thunderstorms there, but no severe threat at this moment.
It's good. And a lot of yards and I'm sure gardens and farm fields are kind of soggy right now. They need to dry out a bit.
Yes.
Thanks. Research on 2 popular plant-based diets show they can lower the risk of heart disease deaths. A study by the European Society of Cardiology says the planetary health diet and the Mediterranean diet are both good for the heart and the environment. Both diets focus on eating fruits and vegetables and whole grains and eating fewer red or processed meats. Still ahead, Pitt State softball tries to stretch its winning streak to 8 games, and the local baseball player gets called up to the major leagues. John Dales has those stories and more. It's coming up next in sports.
After a bunch of schedule changes at the end of last week, Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern softball, they each play home doubleheaders today, then swap opponents and do the same tomorrow. Well, we start in Joplin with Game 1 between Missouri Southern and Missouri Western. We pick it up in the second inning. Lions leading 1-0. Keep your eye on Emily Perry in right field. She makes an incredible diving catch. That closes out the inning, and it keeps the Griffins scoreless. We go ahead to the top of the third, same score. Kiki Pickens, she's a starting pitcher for Southern. She gets not one but 2 strikeouts in this inning. Pickens would pitch a complete game, allowing just 2 hits. Bottom third, Taylor Knuckles gets a rally started with a hard hit ground ball. She'll beat it out for an infield single. A couple of batters later, Katie Gray at the plate, and she smacks this pitch down the line and right. That'll go all the way to the wall. Gray has herself an RBI double. Southern wins the first game by shutout. Lions take care of Missouri Western. Final score 6-0. In Game 2, though, Southern falls to Western 4-1. The Griffins score 3 runs to break the tie in the fourth. That's all the run support they needed. Lions get held to just 4 hits. Over in Pittsburgh, the Gorillas, they win the first game of their doubleheader 5-3 over Northwest Missouri. Ava Laurent gets the win in the circle after allowing just 3 hits and 3 earned runs over 7 innings. Now to Game 2. Another win would make it 8 in a row for the Gorillas, who are back inside the top 25. Bottom of the first, Heather Arnett blasts one to deep right center. That ball is gone. Her second home run of the season, and it gives the Gorillas an early 1-0 lead. Hey, they're not finished in the first inning. Amaya Snyder pulls one down the line into the right field corner. Another run will score. She coasts into second with an RBI double. PSU scores 3 in the first frame. Now to the second. Starting pitcher Aiden Brown, well, she gets into a rhythm. She strikes out the side, all 3 of them swinging strikeouts. Brown would go 6 innings with just 1 earned run. Bottom of the third, Sophia Driver at the plate, and she hits this one high and deep to left center. That's over the wall for another Gorilla home run. Pittsburgh State sweeps the doubleheader over Northwest Missouri. The Gorillas win the second game 5-3. Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State baseball, both of them are in action this afternoon as well. The Gorillas are at home. They're closing out a 3-game set against Newman. Pitt State won the first 2 games of the series yesterday. Today they finish off a series sweep with a 5-1 victory. Tanner Leslie is the winning pitcher for the Gorillas. He goes 7 innings, striking out 7 and allows just 1 run. Southern baseball on the road, Lions, they also put the finishing touches on a series sweep. They beat Missouri Western 9-7. Now they've won 4 games in a row. Next up, the Lions face Pitt State in Pittsburgh. That's on Wednesday. And speaking of Missouri Southern baseball, former Lion Logan Van Way makes his first appearance in the major leagues tonight. He joins the Houston Astros as they face the Mariners in Seattle. Van Way graduated from Webb City High School in 2017. He then played 5 seasons for the Lions. In 2022, he signed a free agent contract with the Astros, and since then, he's worked his way up their minor league system before getting his shot at the big leagues today. The 2024-25 college basketball season comes to a close tonight. Yesterday, UConn won the Women's National Championship. This evening, Florida and Houston square off in the men's title game. Now, most people expected a close game tonight. That's exactly what we got. It came down to the final seconds. Florida trailed by as many as 12 points in the second half, but the Gators come roaring back. They win 65-63. It's their 3rd national championship. It's their first since 2007. We were talking about it. Definitely a game that kept people on the edge of their seats all the way to that final seconds ticking off.
Houston had the ball with a chance to win it or take the tie, and Gators just came up with a great defense in those closing seconds and pulled it out. We'll be right back. As we move deeper into springtime, chances are families are going to be out looking for more fun in the 4 states. If you don't know where to find that fun, well, don't worry, we've got you covered. Just scan this QR code, go straight to the events page of our website. You can find fun family events in the area anytime, anywhere. KOAMnewsnow.com/events. Parents and young children celebrated Music Monday this evening at Pittsburgh High School. The event helps kick off Week of the Young Child, recognizing the importance of early childhood education. Families learned tips from Cooper Neal, the music director at USD 250, on how to introduce music at an early age before enjoying a kid-friendly concert by PHS band members.
We want to get parents involved in allowing for their kids to listen to music in a safe and comfortable environment. So one of the things that we're doing is we're allowing them to make however much noise that they want to make in this environment and to freely express themselves as well.
That event wrapped up a couple hours ago, around 7 tonight actually, leaving participants with plenty of tunes and smiles and some great dance moves, as you see. One of the greatest gifts you can give a child is an appreciation for something, be that music or reading or science or just overall learning. It's a gift that they'll carry with them for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Good to see. Yeah. Weather looking pretty good in the coming days.
It is. We've got temperatures in the mid 60s to upper 60s tomorrow, although we're starting off a little bit cold, and then 70s through the rest of the week.
Final sports note.
I mentioned it earlier, but Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern softball, they just switch opponents from today. So Pitt State just swept Northwest Missouri. Now they go over to Joplin to play the Lions. The Lions, they won 1 game out of 2 against Missouri Western. Now they head up to Pittsburgh to play the Gorillas.
All right, so the good guys doing pretty well
Yeah.
overall. Thanks for joining us and staying up so late with us tonight. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.